my God, it's the Valentine's Day report. An astrological forecast for the soul. This is Kaipacha, and it is February 14th of the great year of 2018. And we are approaching what? Frickin' solar eclipse. Tomorrow. In the great sign of Aquarius. The moon is in Aquarius now. We have that solar eclipse at 27 degrees, 8 minutes of Aquarius. Then a couple hours later, she goes into Pisces. Stays in Pisces until Sunday when she goes into Aries. I'm just checking out these little things because, you know, it's the little things that count in life. And too often, these little things just get passed by. Oh my goodness. It's actually a banana report because I'm here back in the city with my Valentine at her house. There goes the lawnmower next door. Anyway, for those of you who are a little sensitive, these are very sensitive times. Not only is a new moon a sensitive time, but Venus is in Pisces, and then the moon on Friday goes into Pisces, and we have a moon Venus-Neptune sandwich in Pisces. Powerful time. I'm going to be talking about Pisces a lot. Why? Because Mars is also square to that Neptune. Exact on Saturday. Neptune in Pisces. Neptune the ruler of Pisces. What is all this Pisces going on? And what's more than that, Mercury goes into Pisces on Saturday. And then what? The Sun goes into Pisces on Sunday. It's gonna be another Pisces party coming up here. Talk about the banana report. Now check this out. Okay, there's one. I don't know if you can see that other one up there. Here, let me get... It's on the other side of the leaf. Okay. Where'd that sucker go? See that one? Those are baby bananas. Yeah. And then what? Oh my God. Number 3. 3 gangs of bananas happening here. With the big dong hanging down there. There's our bananas for the banana report. See if I can get 3 gangs in one shot. There they are. How about that? And then, if 3 wasn't enough, let's just head on over here for the grand finale. Number 4, hiding out in the back. Yes, indeed. There she blows. These babies grow so fast, it's freaking amazing. Anyway, back to the astrology, right? So that moon goes into Aries on Sunday, conjoins with Uranus on Tuesday, and next Wednesday I'll probably be talking about it some more because Venus conjuncts Neptune next Wednesday. So you got all that? Those are the aspects. The Sun is traveling along with Mercury throughout this whole time and is exactly conjunct Mercury on Saturday, just before they both are in Pisces. Let me look at the camera and talk about it. All right, everybody, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about love. It's Valentine's Day. I mean, what a perfect day for Valentine's. I mean, there's nothing like Venus in Pisces. Oh my God. And then the moon coming up into Pisces to join Venus. Pisces is the dream. It's the ideal. It's the longing for the ultimate divine spiritual connection, union, love. I mean, yes, sometimes that does involve disappointment and disillusionment and the rose-colored glasses I thought you were, because, you know, Pisces can project all this, you know, beauty onto the frog, hoping that the frog becomes a prince. Oh my God, believing that the frog is a prince. I mean, so there is this disappointment, but there's always still kind of that innocent, beautiful, sensitive desire and hope that believes in grace, that has compassion, and the heart is open, and there's forgiveness, and it's a learning to love. I mean, and you know, for me, it's like, well, I could get a little personal here. I mean, this is a little kind of a personal time. I'll do a personal sharing. I mean, I've changed my purpose in life. Here we have the moon's nodes moving through Leo and Aquarius, and I have a lot of stuff in Leo and Aquarius. That last eclipse was on my Venus-Pluto conjunction. So, you know, that was last August. I've been going through this whole thing, and it is what I wanted to talk about today, is that we don't want to just separate out, it's a weekly Pele report and this is what's going on this week. You know, I mean, this is all part of cycles upon cycles upon cycles. So we're in this cycle of awakening from the age of Pisces into this age of Aquarius, is awakening, opening that Uranian third eye. That's what the mantra today is about, this solar eclipse, is that my eye, it should be my eye has been opened. Yes, that I see with my singular eye instead of my double eyes. You know what we're talking about here, right? You know that there is no duality or polarity, you know, above this. The third eye and the crown chakra is singular, unified field of consciousness. Below the third eye, we get into polarity. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2, all the way down. Polarity, plus, minus, good, bad, right, wrong, heaven, hell, you know, this in and out, whatever. I mean, it's just like, whoa. Our ego lives in this polarized consciousness. And this Aquarian energy, this total, well, it's a partial solar eclipse, okay, but it's the sun, moon conjunct. Okay, and we've also got Mercury there, and we've also, of course, got the south node of the moon there. Okay, and this is just all about Aquarius. The future, an opening to new groups, new organizations, the World Wide Web, global consciousness, the future, the prophet, science, technology, anything that really gives us, okay, you know, like the telescope, you know, it gives us this view of, you know, the stars that we couldn't have without a telescope. Think of what technology and science does. It gives us a microscope that, so we can see amoebas that we never even knew were there. So, you know, science and technology expands our view. It opens our eyes to ever greater possibilities, to ever greater potentials. And then it kind of goes beyond this collective consciousness into Pisces, the collective unconsciousness, the world of the heart and the spirit that is even, you know, greater. It's like this magnetic field of the brain is smaller than the magnetic field of the heart. And we can say that Aquarius and Uranus, and, you know, it's this air sign, or, you know, I call it outer space sign, okay, is like awakened. It's the vision. And then Pisces is love, the heart. And we are right here on the cusp now of moving from the age of Pisces into this age of Aquarius. And the sun and the moon and Mercury are all right now, right there on that cusp. So let's connect our heads with our hearts. Okay, I mean, this is what last week's mantra was about, and this week I'm going to take it even a little bit of a step further. Yeah? And what is the step further? I'll tell you the step further that I'm thinking of these days. I'm thinking of the great Jupiter-Saturn-Pluto conjunction coming up in 2020. And I'm thinking of the closing phase of this age of Pisces before the birth of this age of Aquarius. And I'm thinking that these could be what so many people have called the end times. And I'll tell you a lot about what happens at the end times, at the end of an age, at the end of a civilization, at the end of a relationship, at the end, at the end. Okay? Just think of Y2K. You remember that? That was the end of the 1900s. What was there? This is where we're getting into a time now of, and I'm particularly addressing now, Mars in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces. And Venus coming up to join that Neptune, she will also be squaring Mars. And the Moon coming in to conjoin with Neptune will be squaring that Mars. Mars in Sagittarius is the seeker of truth. Truth. Wisdom. Sagittarius, natural law. Intuition. Squaring all of this Piscean stuff. And we look at this, like I said, at the end of the times. I'm talking about what I want to call false prophets. False prophets. We are in a time now, and it is only going to increase the more people do ayahuasca. And the more people start opening up to, extraterrestrial intelligence, the collective unconscious, dreams, multi-dimensional realities, plant medicine, whatever you want to call it. This is this opening of that crown chakra, but it's also the opening of Pandora's box. It's also the opening of false teachings, whether that's conscious or unconscious. Some of it can be innocent. Okay, oh, I just didn't know. I didn't know any better. I really thought that, love was blah, 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 and truth meant blah, 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 and this is blah, blah, blah. It can be innocent, and other aspects and elements of it can just be more conscious. Yeah? To where we get into, yes, I'm in this organization, or I'm starting this, enterprise, or I'm, beginning this retreat center, or, this, that, or the other thing. And this is where we are coming in more and more with very powerful spiritual half-truths, so that it can be presented, like this astrology or the Pele report. Oh, okay, it sounds kind of true, or, here's this, that, or the other thing. I mean, it behooves each and every single one of us to balance Pisces with Virgo, and to really do this Mars and Sagittarius. You've got to check in with your own sovereign, autonomous authority, and know that you are the carrier of your own truth, and that your truth and your beliefs will change as your values change, as you evolve and your soul evolves. These will change. And you'll go from teacher to teacher, relationship to relationship, belief system to belief system. We move through these things. I mean, except, of course, astrology, because because freaking astrology is like totally awesome all the time. but you know, what all I'm saying is the dragon of the ego. Knowledge is power. Yeah, the ability to manipulate through knowledge and knowing. Okay, there is the false guru, the false prophet, the false teacher, the Pied Piper. Okay, come follow me. Yes, you know, it's very enticing, and I feel more powerful, or I'm going to take your money, okay, or I'm going to take your body, or it just, you know, it gets me off that I am adored, or what. I mean, there is, as people, you know, evolve through the spiritual stage, and I've talked about there's a whole, you can download a whole thing on the evolutionary stages. And there's this evolutionary stage. It's the second stage of the spiritual, okay, where we move from disciple to teacher, and then from teacher there's that movement into, yeah, the Buddha state, or the Christ consciousness, or and you face the demons and the dragons of your ego, of your personal power, of your personal desires and need and want for power. So this is why the mantra today is calling in pure love. There's so many different definitions of love. This brings me back to what I was going to say before, my personal story. You know, my personal, I have felt that, you know, my purpose for incarnating here was to just like help to spread astrology to as many people as possible before I die. And I have been doing that for a number of years now, really just wanting to bring astrology, because astrology is so amazing and enlightening, and to me it reflects, okay, cosmic truth and wisdom and understanding. So I've wanted to, you know, like change the world by changing one consciousness at a time through the horoscope, which is the blueprint of your unconscious soul. And my intention has been to make the unconscious conscious, to make the unconscious soul work in harmony with the conscious ego, thereby alleviating pain and suffering on planet Earth. Yeah, baby. I mean, you may as well think big. Anyway, decided to change that. Yeah? I mean, because now I'm getting older, man. I'm past my second Saturn return. And it's not about changing the world. Doing. It's not about controlling the world. It's not about, you know, filling myself, you know, with the world. So I've changed my purpose. Okay? From wanting to, like, save the world or heal the world or help the world or whatever. It's like, come on, man. My new purpose now is to understand what pure love is. Before I die, I want to understand love. And it's a learning process. And it's so potent right now for Valentine's Day. Love. Love is this intangible. Love is a feeling. Love is a subtle energy. Love is an exchange. Love is an inner experience gained, you know, with vibrating, oscillating with another. It's totally intangible. It's kind of indescribable, really. That's why there are so many songs and poems about love, is because nobody really gets it. Everybody, you can only kind of like describe it. It's like you beat around the bush of love. you know, from all the different angles or aspects. That's what love is. No, that's what love is. No, that's what love is. Love is giving. Love is sacrificing. Love is receiving. Love is adoring. Love is devotion. Love is, I mean, it goes on and on and on. The very many different aspects of love. Isn't it freaking, ow! It's totally amazing, man. So I feel like, you know, I don't feel like I really know what love is. I don't know that my heart is as open as it could be or should be, or that I want it to be. I feel like, you know, yeah, I can get motivated by other things other than love. And I don't want that anymore. So I want to understand more deeply and powerfully what love is. And this brings me back to the false prophets and the false teachers. If you listen for the heart in the message, in the person, in the advertisement, in the Facebook post. Is it about, you know, there's a lot of awakening and enlightening and blow your mind and, you know, open yourself and blah, 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 you know, but really get into it, you know, is there a human being behind that message? Is there a sensitive, open, vulnerable? I think vulnerability is an aspect needed for true connection and love to happen. So, you know, is this person coming on, you know, as a savior or a rescuer or an answer person, or, you know, with wisdom and blah, blah, blah? Or are they coming to you as an equal, as just a human being where we're all kind of learning and growing and vulnerable and ignorant idiots, you know, bouncing around on this planet together, hurting each other, you know, accidentally or kind of on purpose, or, you know, and we all need to be forgiven and we're all screwed up? Or are they coming on like, you know, I've done a couple journeys and I've seen everything and I know everything, and it's like, let me raise your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it. We don't need that. It's almost like we don't need to raise our consciousness. We need to open our hearts. that is opening your heart will raise your consciousness. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is this difference with Aquarius, Pisces, and Uranus, Neptune, and, you know, even Uranus, Sun, you know, like the North Node in Leo, you know, ruled by the Sun. So anyway, wow. It's great. I never know what I'm going to say, but, you know, this is, so let me get to the, you know, let me get to the mantra if I can remember it now, yeah? It's like, I see what it is I need to do as my eye has now been opened. And I call to the spirit world. Oh, and I call upon the spirit world that pure love may not be forgotten. These are times where we can get busy. We can get preoccupied with needs, desires, goals, okay, you know, information. We can get really distracted. But let's not forget that it's about pure love, especially on Valentine's Day. And so, you know, I don't want to get too hokey here, you know, but I thought that I would end with a song. Yeah, it's a mantra, you know, and it's Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to the infinite wisdom within myself. And I know that I did a yoga thing at the end of another Pele report before, and people really liked having something to go forward and take into the week with them. So I'm going to do this mantra, and you can just like close your eyes, sing along, ONG, and vibrate. You really want to sing out loud and vibrate your skull. Kundalini Yoga works with sound technology. So let's do it, yeah? Okay? So it goes like this, yeah? Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Gurudev
Namo